Western dictionaries define secularism as absence of religion, but Indian secularism does not mean irreligiousness. It means profusion of religions. This is a quote by prominent politician Dr. Shashi Tharoor on why Indian secularism is different from the commonly perceived notion of Western secularism. Good morning to the jury and one and all present here. My name is Arjun, and I would be arguing against the motion India is not a secular country. For that, we need to first understand the meaning of secularism, as it generally perceived by Luke W. Gallen in his research paper titled The Non-Religious Understanding Secular People and Societies, which was published by Oxford University Press in the year 2016. Gallen goes to describe secularism as follows. Secularism is the principle of seeking to conduct human affairs based on secular, naturalistic considerations. It is most commonly defined as the separation of religion from civic affairs and the state, which, in accordance with religious pluralism, defines secularism as neutrality of the state or non-sectarian institutions on issues of religion as opposed to total opposition of religion in the public square as a whole. To start off with, my worthy opponents over here would probably say that the Indian version of secularism is pseudo-secularism. Yeah, I know the word pseudo-secularism has become really common these days, but for that we need to understand what exactly is India's take on secularism. While the Western school of thought believes that the state and church should be separate and that it treats all religions equally, Indian secularism is based on the Gandhian and Nehruvian perspective, which suggests Sarva Dharma Samabhava, which means that all religions must be treated with same respect. Now, I would like to point here that Western version of secularism, as everyone would call it, believes that all should be treated equally, but it does not mention treating religions or different religions or different religious communities with respect. So that is where the Indian secularism stand out from the Western secularist beliefs. And also, however, the biggest difference is that India is deeply religious society, and this is what I quote from the Gandhian perspective of secularism, where Gandhi says, quote unquote, India is deeply religious society and that a person's religion is important to him. To cater to this belief, Indian secularism honors all religions equally. The state shall allow practice of religions and shall not associate with any particular religion. Now I come to the point which was made by my worthy opponent Ananya over here, that how can the current government allow for, say, administering of Hindu temples and, say, provide concessions for pilgrimages like Hajj. So I would like to, this point would be touched upon by my teammate Shubhangi later on, but what I would like to say here is that as per the Gandhian perspective of secularism, everyone, a practicing person, values their religion, and so does anyone else. And in Gandhi's point of view, any person who's a practicing religion considers their religion to be the best, and so does the other person, and they need to mutually respect that fact. And that can only be created when each religion is given the space to practice their religion, if I'm understandable. So next comes on 27th October 2016, in a legal debate within the Supreme Court, the bench concluded that secularism does not mean the state should stay aloof from religion, but that it should give equal treatment to every religion. This was reiterated earlier in the landmark judgment of S.R. Bommai versus the Union of India in 1994, where Justice Ramaswamy made the following statements. Secularism is the part of basic structure of India and therefore cannot be amended. Secularism is derived from tolerance and ensures that equality of religion before law. No religion will be under threat in a secular India because of the government is not aligned to any religion. And what do I mean by government? Am I talking about the party or the coalition which is forming the government? I'm talking about the government institution and not the people who are running the government. So there's a clear difference between who's running the government, or say the ruling party, and the government establishment in itself. There is essential connection between secularism and democracy, and the concept of secular state is necessary for the working of democracy. Secularism is a companion concept of democracy. Secularism gains meaning and substance based on the core concept of equality, which forms the basis of democracy. The state ensures equality status not only amongst individuals but communities of individuals. I would therefore end my speech by saying that a question on whether India is a secular nation or not is in itself a question on India's democratic values. Thank you.